Good evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. Papa Boris here with some more Hearthstone Arena action. We're going to catch up a little bit on some Hunter games here. Hunter is one of my best classes. Haven't played it in a long time. We got Bestial Wrath here, the MVP Hunter Epic. No, I'm just kidding. So Molten Giant can be good sometimes. I'm not a big fan of it, though. It's just a little bit too situational. Let's take Blood Knight. Lots of people are playing with Divine Shields. I think that has a pretty decent chance of activating. Ah, bobbity boops. I'm not going to take Young Dragonhawk. Even though it's a beast, it's still just terrible. The Ventricle Mercenary, I mean, it's got 3 more stat points than the Smith, and the Smith's Enrage ability is not likely to be useful because the Hunter's weapons are rare and epic. I'm still going to take the Smith, though, just because the health is what really matters most of the time, and I don't like the drawback on the Ventricle Mercenary. It really limits your ability to play minions afterwards. Alright, here we'll just take a 2-drop. The Fairy Dragon's pretty solid. Unleash the Hounds is officially just a ridiculous card. We're going to have to take that pretty much every time we see it because it's just stupid. Now, Geomancer for Hunter is really not that impressive. It helps with Explosive Shot, but that's a rare. It helps with Multi-Shot. That's probably the best interaction. Explosive Trap is great, but people will usually kill the Geomancer before they trigger the trap. Is it worth it? I'll just take a card cycle. I don't think it's actually worth it. Alright, Ghoul and Guardian are both great cards. Guardian in particular might help me activate the Blood Knight, but I'm not going to pass on an Explosive Trap. It's just too good at stopping aggro. Now, the Houndmaster is a little bit of a conditional card. I don't want to draft around it, especially because I currently have no beasts apart from the Hounds. We'll take the Stormwind Knight, though. It's just an excellent 4-drop all around. Do we take a second Explosive Trap? Honestly, yes. I think it's just a really great card in Arena. Okay. Loot Hoarder for card draw I'm not that thrilled by. I've already got the Engineer. So we'll take a Raid Leader here. That does help with Unleash the Hounds. Hey, look at that. We have Eaglehorn Bow and 2 unplayable pieces of crap. Good thing Hunters have good rares. Okay, the Rhino is great, but I'm not going to pass on an Ogre. Ogres are just too good. Oh, geez. Do I take multi-shots? Ooh, that's tough. Ogre is so good. I'm going to take an Ogre. I don't know. Multi-shot's certainly great sometimes, but man, is Ogre a good card. Hunter's Mark is great with Unleash the Hounds, and to a lesser degree with Explosive Trap, but I'm not going to pass on a Scarlet Crusader. Not only is it a great 3-drop, but it also helps me activate the Blood Knight in some cases. This is a beast. It's actually alright, I'm finding, but I'm not going to pass on a Stormwind Knight, especially because I'm still lacking for 4-drops. This is the best 2-drop in the game, and Cult Master is great with the Hounds, but Senjin, very good 4-drop. I'm going to take it there. Ugh, well, do I take a Stormwind Champion? Still not the biggest fan of that card. I think Rhino is just... I mean, it's very good. I currently have, like, no beasts, though, apart from the Hounds, which charge anyway. So it's basically like a Stormwind Knight most of the time, except an extra mana. Yeah, it's not good enough. I'm going to take the Stormwind Champion. Alright, Azure Drake is certainly great, but the spell damage isn't that helpful for me. So it's really just a cycling 4/4 for 5 mana. I think I'm going to take a Sunwalker. It's making my deck a little heavy, but I think it's worth it. It's just a really good card. Got this hole in my 5-drop area, but the Tundra Rhino, again, I just don't have any beasts. And we're already halfway through the draft. We'll just take a Berserker, best 2-drop in the game. Okay, here we'll take a Hyena. We're getting a beast no matter what. The Hyena combos nicely with Unleash the Hounds. Well, hang on. So the Unleash the Hounds is the only thing the Hyena combos with. Here is that, you know, kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't Hunter situation where you can play for the beasts and take bad cards, or you can not play for the beasts, but then you can't take beasts because you haven't taken any beasts. If that makes any sense. Yeah, this would really only combo with Unleash the Hounds. I guess it would be a removal bait, but sometimes your opponent's like 3/3 or 2/3 would kill it, whereas this would handle 3/3s and 2/3s. I'm actually just going to take the Raptor. Although that was actually just a bad pack. This is also a bad pack. Oh god, I have too many 2-drops in this deck. I need more endgame. Well, I don't have any beasts for the Houndmaster, so we'll take a Freezing Trap. It's a good removal. Oh god. So I do want buffs, but god, I just need... I really just need heavier cards. Tundra Rhino again. Lord. No, I'm going to take a Cleric. That helps my 2-drop straight up, which is going to be important. I still don't have any beasts. Now I wish I had taken those Tundra Rhinos. Why did I see so many Houndmasters? If I didn't see so many Houndmasters, it wouldn't be a problem. Oh god, what is going on? Seriously, game. Seriously. Alright, well, since I have all this cheap stuff, I think I'll take a Cult Master. That might actually work. And Ventricle Mercenary. It stops me from playing my 6 and 7 drops, but it is big, and I need some big stuff. Over a Yeti, though? No, I'll just take a Yeti. Okay, Kill Command, removal. Even if it's not going to be the full 5 damage, it's still pretty good. To take another ogre, I'm gonna need to over the guardian. I just need all the ogres I can get my hands on. Hey, sea giant, that's excellent. Good way to end it. All right, so bit of a weird draft here. We have a lot of endgame and a lot of early game, and not a whole lot in between. I think this deck's fine though. I bet it'll make it to 7. I'm not gonna put a 3-game range, but I bet this deck will make it to 7. I think it's got enough removal and enough late game that. And enough early game to survive to the late game that it should be alright. That's what it seems like to me. Guess we'll see if this is another one of my Papa Boris's famous inaccurate predictions. Sorry, I'm just playing with my mic here. The wires are bugging me. Okay, well, never mind. I guess they're going to keep on bugging me. Ooh, starting off against Warlock. That's good news. Alright, I can even play this Abusive Sergeant on turn 1. I think I will keep the Freezing Trap because that might be useful in case he has a fast start. He's mulliganed 2 of his 3 cards, so he seems to like one of them. And we got Explosive Trap, also helps against aggro. Now I want to point something out. Sometimes I've seen people will not play the Abusive Sergeant on turn 1, thinking, well, I want to save it for later to get the +2 damage. But keep in mind, you get +2 damage just by having him on the board and attacking. So I don't have anything that's going to get buffed anytime soon because, of course, I haven't drawn any of my bajillion 2-drops. And in fact, by placing him down, I was able to kill a pint-sized summoner, so that's good. I will lay a Freezing Trap instead of Steady Shotting. I think it's worth it. And I'm probably going to coin out a Yeti next turn just to play something, even though I might potentially get stuck with nothing to play the turn afterwards. Alright, this is pretty good, so the Acolyte not getting to live thanks to Freezing Trap is good for me, because that'll stop my opponent from getting some cards. He can life tap for those, but that costs mana. Now, I've gotten all my endgame here, so I'm hoping that I get a playable card next turn. He's going to check for the trap. He's hoping it's Explosive Trap. It's not. I played the correct trap. Explosive Trap would have been a disaster there. This is, by the way, one of the many reasons why you don't want to play Explosive Trap. And my Coin Yeti play justifies itself. I get to kill the Imp Master before it can make too many Imps. Alright, I got to play. Thank goobity goodness. I'm going to Steady Shot rather than play Explosive Trap. There's just too high of a risk that this thing will attack and waste the trap. I'd rather kill this with my minions. And then we get to play Spiteful Smith, which could potentially activate if I get the Eagle Horn Bow, but honestly I'm not that worried about it. A 4/6 for 5 is really fine. Does he have Power Overwhelming? No, he has Demon Fire. That'll let him kill my Berserker. And a Bloodfen Raptor. Alright, well my Yeti should be able to mop this up, although it will die in the process. Sea Giant, can't quite play you yet. So this is a 3-1, this is a 3-2. It's important to kill the 3-2, even though emotionally it might feel right to kill this because it was buffed. And let's hope he doesn't have a Mortal Coil. That would just be the worst. He has it. Well, damn it. Can't expect everything to go away. So he pays 1 mana to kill a minion and draw a card. Mortal Coil, very good spell. And Frostwolf Warlord gives him a 5/5, which is just big enough to be extremely irritating. That's annoying. So I can't play the Sea Giant. I'm gonna play a Boulder Fist Ogre. At least this thing will take out that Imp before dying to the Warlord, but the fact that the Warlord sticks around with 1 health and I didn't get the Novice Engineer in play is really irritating. He has his own Boulder Fist Ogre. Ah, obnoxious. Obnoxious. Alright, well, let's play Novice Engineer. Draw a card, always draw cards first. Ah, 2 Explosive Traps, that's awkward. Let's play my Sea Giant. Let's kill off his biggest threat and pass the turn. Unfortunately, the Leper Gnome will get to kill the Novice Engineer, and then the Ogre can kill my Ogre and survive at 1 health. What's with all these things surviving at 1 health? Forcing me to take big bites out of my minions to finish him off. He's actually hanging in there really good. He plays the Acolyte of Pain that got frozen trapped earlier. Interesting. He's going to do it that way. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was totally wrong. That is absolutely the correct way to do it, of course. And he's going to hit me in the face, not killing my Novice Engineer. I guess that makes sense. The Novice Engineer can't really do anything, even with the Shattered Sun Cleric's help. That is frustrating. Crap. Explosive Trap doesn't kill any of his stuff. Lord, this is bad. This is really, really bad. I actually can't deal with any of his stuff effectively, and he's way too high of health for me to be able to kill him. So can I kill at least this ghoul? Well, here's what it's going to be. I'm going to do a Stormwind Knight and buff it with the Shattered Sun Cleric so I can get rid of this ghoul before it gets any bigger. And we need to kill the Ogre, but do I want to leave the Novice Engineer around for the Acolyte of Pain to just get a card off of it? Or do I just want to throw it away into the Ogre to stop it from being a liability? God, I hate this, but I think that's actually the right move, even though it makes no difference. I just want it to die. And now you can kill the Sea Giant with the Acolyte and any source of bonus damage. I've got these 2 explosive traps, which are awful. The Cult Master could be good depending on what he drops, but he's... man, he's had really good minions all game. I don't think he's even life-tapped at all. He's just played nothing but quality minions. My hope is that he does not have a buff or any source of damage. He's going to life-tap to fish for that buff or that extra Mortal Coil. Is he going to find it? Is he going to find it? All my stuff kills the Acolyte, unless its health gets buffed. Alright, he doesn't have it. He's just going to throw it away. Hoping to get another one of those Mortal Coils that I assume he's got in his deck. Does he have it? He does, and he has the Cairn Bloodhoof. Alright, that's okay. That is alright. All we're going to do here is play Cult Master. And think. Do I hit him for 11, 14? Nah, we're just going to take care of business here. Kill that, draw a card. We're gonna just run our stuff into it, keep on drawing those cards.
Push forward.
3 minions and 3 cards, got rid of his thing. Ah, perfect. So I'm gonna hang on to the Scarlet Crusader. I don't want his Divine Shield getting popped. Although, you know what? I'm gonna play it. There's a slight risk here that it's gonna get popped before the Blood Knight can activate. But I'm willing to take that risk because the alternative was just a steady shot, and I really need the board presence here. Alright, so I have 7 cards versus 5, thanks to a Pony Whipping Ball's Cult Master. Mad Bomber! Oh god, please miss the Scarlet Crusader. It did. Wow, wow, that was a bad bomber. It could have done a lot worse things to me. Does he have a Defender of Argus to give all this stuff taunt? Or a Sun Fury Protector? No? He's got a Silence. That's not the end of the world. Alright. Well, let's go ahead and, okay, I could actually play Sunwalker and Blood Knight. Get a 9/9. You know, I'm going to do that. Well, hang on. If I don't do that, I can play a Wolf and potentially buff something. Are the buffs going to be relevant? Not really. I can actually buff the Swordsmith to kill the Mad Bomber. Then this would be 4, this would be 5. Nah, it doesn't really work. Yeah, just hitting the Mad Bomber is all I'd want. Nah, I'd rather just play a Taunt. So we're going to do this. Play a Blood Knight, suck away the Divine Shields, get a 9/9 here. And then, well, let's trade off some stuff. We'll do that. Do that. Swordsmith's still around here. It's time. And these explosive traps are awful. Wow. I have to say, not the most impressive explosive traps. So there's a 5/5 taunt that he needs to deal with and a 9/9 that he needs to deal with. He needs a Siphon Soul or a Silence. He's already used 1 Silence on the Cult Master. He's got a Shadow Bolt. Does he have a Mortal Coil to back it up? No, he's just going to use the Big Dumb Beast. Perfect. Alright, does he... Well, Siphon Soul doesn't work anymore. He needs to have a Silence. Ah, that's actually really good for him because otherwise I was going to kill it with the Swordsmith. Anyway, let's go ahead and use the Wolf. Swordsmith, you've done your job. Do I take the time to kill this thing? I'm just going to hit him for 10. I mean, that's a lot of damage. We can lay an explosive trap. We can put the minion on the wrong side of the wolf. That's actually pretty bad. Anyway, I think he's probably going to kill the wolf anyway, but... Anyway, explosive trap is good. It'll deal 2 damage to him at some point. He's not going to kill me with pure spells. And then I've got steady shot here. So I think I've got this in the bag, especially after that life tap. I just need 3 steady shots in for him to attack me and the game's over. Not to mention this Blood Knight. He's, you know, still a 10 damage minion. Alright, great. That was a starting win. He had some really good minions, but that Blood Knight, you know, if it were a Molten Giant, by the way, I would have had to pay 9 mana for an 8/8. Instead, I paid 3 mana for a 9/9, so I'm going to say that my draft decision to take the Blood Knight over the Molten Giant was quite justified there. Feeling pretty happy about that choice. And we're on to the next game, hopefully, if it doesn't crash. Not that I'm saying I think it particularly should crash, but, you know, anything can happen, that's all I'm trying to say. Alright, the opponent has finally been found. Note, by the way, that I've made it above 6,000 gold, so if I do make it to 7, I'll stay above 6,000, that'd be cool. Second Warlock, iPod 24. Always happy to face Warlocks. Not to say that I can't lose to them, but I'm just happy to face them. So here's the thing. I mean, this explosive trap, you know, I'm going to mulligan it. If he's got an aggro start, I'm just going to hope that these minions are going to be able to take care of it. And that explosive trap doesn't need to sit in my hand. I've got 2 of them. I'll draw one later, hopefully, if I need it. If I only had 1 in the deck, I might have been more inclined to keep it. Alright, this is a very fast start. There are warlock hands that can certainly beat this. Especially if he starts off with like a Margin Squire or something. Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Fairy Dragon. There are pros and cons to this choice. The con is that if he makes a 2-3 or a 2-2 and I lose the Fairy Dragon to it, I'd obviously rather lose the Bloodfen Raptor. But the pro is that if he has removal, he can't use it right now. Like a Demon Fire doesn't work. So he's going to play an Ancient Watcher. This isn't too scary, I would say, simply because, you know, it's Arena. What are the odds he's going to have, like, Sun Fury Protectors and stuff? But, I mean, if he did happen to get a Sun Fury Protector, then that's going to obviously be very annoying. I'd have to 2-for-1 into it. No, he doesn't have Sun Fury Protector, thank goodness. He just life taps here. And plays a Shield Bear. Man, this guy's all about those taunt minions. Okay, well, I would have otherwise played the Razorfin Hunter, but the Shield Bear gives me impetus to drop down the Raid Leader so that I can get more damage through and just take care of business a little bit more efficiently. Alright, well, this is looking good. He's got a Defender of Argus opportunity here. That would be really good for him. No Defender of Argus, just a Dragonling Mechanic. And that's actually really good against me, particularly right now, because the Dragonling Mechanic can kill... Sorry, the Dragonling can kill this, and then the 2-4 kills either one of my 2-2s, so it's like a 2-for-1, essentially. So I have to take that a little bit seriously. I could also just ignore it, and I could play Raid Leader, pretend I'm aggro, and I could do like a 3 plus 8 is 11, 11 plus 2 is 13 damage, take him down to 8 health. He's dead in 4 turns. I think it's actually good. It's risky, but man, is it good.
For honor.
I could also hedge my bets and actually kill this Dragonling with the Stormwind Knight. Actually, okay, I'm gonna hedge my bets. I'm gonna deal a little. Oh, wait a minute. You know what? This is dumb. Whatever. I'm just gonna kill his stuff. Sorry, I completely changed my mind on that. But you know what? I've got such a good board presence here. He's really low on health anyway. A Hellfire would clear me out, I suppose, but I've got stuff to rebuild with. I don't know. It just seemed like that was a much safer plan than letting him kill my Raid Leader and one of my minions and live. He could potentially block things up with a Defender of Argus. I mean, he would be dead in 5 turns to Steady Shot, but that's a little bit risky. Okay, so he doesn't have a Hellfire. He's just got a really bad minion, actually. Alright, now what we'll do is play Sen'jin, play Abusive Sergeant. Not even going to bother. Okay, so now I'm not going to bother with his minions. I mean, he's dead in 2 turns to Steady Shot. He'd have to have life gain and, of course, removal for all of my minions. And Hellfire no longer works because it damages him for 3. He's in trouble. He needs life gain, and he needs mass removal. You know what he needs? I keep forgetting about that this card exists. Shadow Flame. Yes, Shadow Flame. He can clear out my board.
So many.
Shadow Flaming the Ancient Watcher, for example, would kill everything, drop the Sen'jin down to 1 health. He could finish it off with a Mortal Coil, or even use the Berserker to kill it off. But then he's still dead in 2 turns to Steady Shot, so he'd also have to have Drain Life, or Siphon Soul, or something to... Well, Siphon Soul, I don't have any minions. Ha! You have to have Drain Life, or just, you know, life-gaining minions to prolong his existence on this earth. I'll also have a Kill Command in this deck that could finish him off, and a Stormwind Knight that could potentially finish him off. Alright, he's gonna life tap. Okay, well, he's desperate then if he's life tapping. Obviously, that kills him a turn sooner. What you got for me, bud? What you got for me? Oh, he's trying to attack his Ancient Watcher with his Kurabashi Berserker. That's not how minions work. He actually did have the Shadow Flame. So, like I said, I finally remembered that card. I'm gonna finish off my Sen'jin. The board's clear. Yep. That's great. But unless you have a 1-turn kill combo to deal 25 damage to me. Yeah. Okay, so that was cool. So we played 2 Warlocks. Really nice demonstration of why I like to play against Warlock as Hunter. I think I probably could have beaten that particular warlock with any class, but the steady shot just gave me an extra level of security there. That was a good start to this run. Let's see if my prediction that I can hit 7 will play out or not. If you enjoyed this video, please like and or subscribe. And if you want to see how it ends, then stay tuned. I'll be posting the rest of the runs in just a bit. See you soon.